Hi guys! In this video I'm going to explain to you the 20 reasons why I quit the paleo diet exactly a year ago. So I was on a paleo diet for a year and it went great for the first 6 months, but then after around 6 months a lot of things started going wrong, and now that it's been a year I can really look back, reflect and understand what went wrong. So if you're yourself on a paleo diet, especially if you're a woman, if you're thinking of going on a paleo diet or if you're having troubles with it, I think you will really benefit from hearing my story. So let's jump right in. So the first reason why I quit the paleo diet is because it totally sapped my energy. I had such apathy, I couldn't even get up from the sofa and get on with my day. Sometimes I couldn't even move my tongue to say a word. I was so incredibly tired. My energy was going up and down and the lows were so extreme. I've never experienced anything like that. And I think it's because the carbs were too low for me and my husband. I think even 100 grams of carbs is definitely not enough for a woman, and especially not for a woman with my heritage where grains and potatoes have always been a huge staple. And also because of that, because of the carbs not being high enough, our thyroid got damaged and also the metabolism tanked, which is proven by the fact that my husband's temperature is now a degree lower than it should be. And it wasn't like that before the paleo diet. Reason number 2 is I had the driest skin of my life. Yes, my acne improved, although I believe that's because of the topical things, everything I was doing to my skin on the outside. But it was so dry and bumpy at the same time. No matter how much oil I was putting on, my skin always felt dry. And only when I went off the paleo diet and increased the healthy carbs, only then my skin totally regained balance, and now I can totally go without any oil on my skin and I'll be fine. My reason number 3 is probably the most important reason out of all the 20 reasons. The paleo diet weakened my teeth and gums a lot, more than anything. You know, if you read books like Cure Tooth Decay or Weston A. Price's work, it will seem like grains are the evil things and meat and animal products are the way to go if you want to heal your teeth. But for me, it's been the opposite thing. When I went on the paleo diet, my health of my teeth and gums just literally went to the bottom. It's incredible. My teeth were painful all the time, and my gums as well, and not just 1 or 2 teeth, but the whole mouth. It was driving me crazy. My canines got so much more yellow. My teeth became really sensitive to cold and sweets. My gums recessed so much. When I went to my dentist 6 months after I started the paleo diet, he was terrified to see how much my gums recessed in just 6 months, and I had 5 or 6 new cavities, which never happened to me before. I used to have maximum 1 or 2 cavities a year. My reason number 4 is also beauty related, and that's my hair. My hair became really strange after a while on the paleo diet, and I believe again because of the carbs being too low and too much fat, too much protein. My hormones just got really messed up, and my hair was oily and dry at the same time. It wasn't holding the styles very well. It was kind of like straw, but oily at the same time. My reason number 5 is a major one as well. I started having problems with the memory and concentration. And I've never had problems with that. It was always super easy for me to focus on things and to memorize things. But after a few months on the paleo diet, it changed completely. Again, I believe because I wasn't eating enough carbs, my brain wasn't getting enough glucose. Yes, I know you can get it from fat, but it's not the same. It's not an easy process for the body. And so my brain was definitely suffering from that. And you know, doing something creative or writing on my blog or making videos was really difficult because my tongue was kind of lagging behind my brain. So my tongue was saying one thing and my brain was saying something else, and I had to edit my videos so much because it was a total nonsense. My reason number 6 is also very important, and that's my hormones. So I'm a woman, so of course my fertility and my hormones are very important to me, and I've always had pretty regular periods. Yes, they were heavy, but they were regular. But after a few months on the paleo diet, things started going really weird. So my periods became really long, around 10 days. But the weirdest thing is that they were kind of stopping. Well, first of all, they were starting really slow. Then after a few days, they were stopping for a couple of days and then starting again. That is so strange. And only when I increased my carbs and went off the paleo diet, that disappeared, and now I don't have that problem anymore. So if you're having anything similar in your low carb diet, then definitely try to change that, because it's the worst thing for your female hormones. There's a great article in Paleo for Women. I'll link it down in the description box. You definitely need to read that if you're a woman, you're on the paleo diet and you're having any kind of hormonal issues. I really love that article, and it opened my eyes to so many things when I was on the paleo diet myself. My reason number 7 is I started having headaches almost every day, and that was really weird because I'm somebody who had never had headaches when I was at school. All of my friends were continuously complaining about headaches and I didn't even know what it felt like. But on the paleo diet, I had it pretty much every single day, and it wasn't a migraine or anything like that, but it was a kind of tension headache, nagging headache that is always there. It just annoys you. It's really difficult to do anything. My reason number 8 is I got constipated. Now, I've always had problems with constipation, just being regular all of my life. But on the paleo diet, it went totally out of control. Now, they say that it's gluten that makes you constipated, and eating paleo grain-free should make you incredibly regular. But for me, it was totally the opposite. I really struggled with it. And my husband, who has always been extremely regular, really struggled with it when he became a paleo follower as well. So it definitely didn't work for both of us. And my sister and my mom, when they were trying the paleo diet, they had exactly the same problem too. And that might be because of our heritage, because both my husband and I come from cultures that have always been heavy carb eaters and heavy grain eaters. So for us, carbs are really a staple and we can't do without them. My reason number 9 is I had no more energy to exercise. You know, what's the point of eating all this good food if you have no energy to use it to do anything physical? For around 4, 5, 6 months, I felt fine. I had lots of energy and lots of strength, but afterwards, I had no energy to do anything. My reason number 10 is that weight started creeping in after around 6 months on the paleo diet. At the beginning, both my husband and I lost quite a bit of weight, but after a while, it tanked and then it started going up again. No matter how clean we ate, how many beneficial fats we ate, the weight was either staying the same or going up. My reason number 11 is more of an ethical reason. Before going on the paleo diet, my husband and I were vegetarians for 3 years, and that was not for health reasons, that was for ethical reasons, because we didn't want to kill. Well, actually it's because we found out that most of the meat in England is halal and we didn't want to participate in that, so we just decided to go vegetarian. So when we were on the paleo diet and we were eating meat 2 or 3 times a day, I definitely wasn't happy with it. When I eat meat, I really like thinking about the animal, thanking him, appreciating the sacrifice that the animal made so that I can live and be healthy. But you can only do that when you eat meat really rarely, perhaps once a week or so. But if you eat it every single day, a few times a day, there's no way you can be grateful. My reason number 12 is aggression. If you knew me in real life, you'd know that I'm a very peaceful and laid-back person. But on the paleo diet, I became incredibly aggressive, and my husband sometimes struggled to come to terms with the fact that I'm his wife, because I was like a different person. And I had so much aggression for him out of the blue. I was really irritable, and also the dog, Julieta. I was getting angry with her in an incredible way, and I really struggled to hold that anger in me. It never happened to me before. It happened to me on the paleo diet, and I believe it's obviously because of all the pain that animals endure. All that pain, if you eat too much of it, gets into your body and causes all kinds of problems. But also Ayurveda would explain it very simply. If you eat a lot of meat, it heats up your body too much, there's too much pitta or fire in your body, and that's why you get aggressive. My reason number 13 is that the paleo diet made me depressed. I had never had depression in my life. I used to have low moods sometimes, just like everybody does. But because I was so tired, I had no energy for anything, and plus my mood started going really low. It was horrible because sometimes I was sitting there thinking logically, trying to find a reason for my sadness, and I couldn't find any logical reasons, but I felt so blue. I totally attribute it to the paleo diet because I never experienced that before, and when I did, I had no idea how to deal with it. I'll definitely be making a video about my experience with depression and what I did to help myself. So if you're suffering from depression, I totally understand you, and I'll try to make a video to help you all. My reason number 14 is that I realized that a lot of paleo claims are bullshit, excuse me for the word. You know, if you start looking into the arguments, you realize that they're all not true. Things like that the paleo people were eating low carb, that's bullshit. Or that the paleo people didn't eat grains, again that's bullshit, because grains had been eaten for many years. Or things like people are not used to eating grains because they haven't been eating them long enough. That's really not true. You know, science is a very flexible subject. If you want to prove a point, you can cherry pick the different studies and arguments and you will prove anything you want. Take everything with a pinch of salt, do your own research, don't believe anybody, not even me, without your own research. And I'm sure you'll find truth. You just need to listen to your body. Now, reason number 15 is that I was getting really weird bumps on my skin, on my neck, just under my jaw and on the whole neck, which according to the Chinese medicine means that I was clogged inside and my liver wasn't working well and my food was too heavy for me. Reason number 16 is that I started getting swelling in my ankles, and I never ever had problems with swelling in my life, even on super hot days. But on the paleo diet, I sometimes couldn't even go out because my ankles were so swollen and painful. My husband had to use banana skin, you know, rubbing banana skin on my legs to make me feel better. And by the way, the banana skin remedy is the best. It really helps if you have any kind of bites or swelling. My reason number 18, the final blow, is that both of us started having blood sugar problems. We became pre-diabetic after 1 year on the paleo diet. Never had problems with sugar before, but the paleo diet totally changed that. Getting better, but we're still struggling with insulin resistance. And you know, reading online, I read about many cases like that where after paleo diet or low carb eating, people were struggling with insulin resistance. So it is quite a common problem. But reason number 18 is aging. I aged that 1 year on the paleo diet more than I've ever aged in 1 year in my life. If I look at pictures from when we started paleo diet and then at the end of the paleo diet, it was such a difference. I can't think of anything else that would change during that year. It must be the paleo diet, because since I went off it, I stopped aging and I started looking so much better again. I know it might be subjective, but it's just what I feel looking at my pictures. My reason number 20 is my nails. They become so much weaker, but the main thing is that I started getting really bad white spots all over my nails. And if you look online, there are many different reasons why they could happen. Nobody really knows. But Ayurveda has a good explanation. It's basically too much vata in the body, too much dryness, too much air, which causes malabsorption of nutrients, and that's why you get these white spots on the nails. So why did my vata get disbalanced? Well, I think because I wasn't eating grains, and grains are very important for somebody who's a vata constitution, and that's what I am. So since I went off paleo diet, my nails have been doing much better, and now I don't have white spots anymore, so that's brilliant. So these are all my 20 reasons. I hope that you find this video helpful if you are yourself looking into the paleo diet, or if you've been struggling. I know it's not easy to confess to yourself that whatever you're doing is not working, and I definitely struggle with it myself, but at the end of the day, it's all about your health, it's all about your body. So look into yourself, do what's good for you yourself, and don't follow any gurus without doing your own research. That's the best tip I can give you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!